This video is about something I'm probably going to talk about a lot on this channel. It's the comment slash question I get the most about like artist things. And it's something to the effect of, my story gives you hope that it's not too late for you too, whatever that means. I get that kind of comment quite a bit. And that is something I have thought about a lot in my life, because my story, my journey is long. It is so very long. And it's something I've thought about quite a bit over the years. And so it's something I'll probably talk about from different angles. But I want to start here. And I have a feeling some of the things I might say are things that you don't want to hear. As an artist, as we're, moving through life and experiencing failures and successes, working through all that, trying to keep going, asking yourself, have you made the wrong decision? In a future, probably the next video I'm going to make or is probably going to be like a little series of videos about telling you my whole story. But I'd like to say this just to begin with. I started where everyone else did, and that is as a child responding to praise. Right? That's where it begins for everyone. When you start to dabble in artistic things and performing arts or painting or whatever, you're responding to positive reinforcement from adults. And it's innocent. So you either learn that like, whoa, when I did the school play, everyone clapped and they loved me. Or like when I put a lot of effort into the painting, mom really loved it and put it on the refrigerator. That's what it is for all of us. Like, no, there's no child that's like, when I was 8 years old, I had a vision for commentary on the human experience. No, we're just responding to praise. And then either a lot of people get stuck, I think, right there, or some people sort of elevate into something else. When I went to college, a very brief little relevant fact is I grew up in a very fundamentalist Christian place, and I'm gay. And when I went away to college, I was sort of fleeing from that and in the middle of a lot of conflict with all that. And I went to college and I went straight into the theater department, which was this weird little bubble of art and praise. And for me, I think my whole worldview was cracking in half as a young adult. And I was suddenly in this world that was all about, are you good enough to make it? Are you going to go to Los Angeles? Are you going to go to New York? Who in the department is talented enough to make it? And for me, it was probably like the biggest moment, the lowest moment. I don't know what the word is, but it was me sort of sucking in all the positive praise I could get because I needed it, and I was dealing with a lot of trauma. Looking back, I didn't know that at the time, but that's what it was. And and then I sort of burned myself out on that. As you get older, like the positive praise only goes so far. Maybe starts to get old. Maybe starts to get not very fulfilling, and you're sacrificing normal things, stable jobs, relationships, in search of the feeling. I really wore that shit out as a young person. And then little by little, I started to realize that the work I was doing was affecting people. or I realized in the play that I did, all the work we put into it, it affected people, for example, or it maybe, challenged their way of thinking or something. And I started to feel for a moment that maybe I was contributing to, in a very small way, to the world, to humanity. And little by little, the focus started to shift off of myself and onto others. And it was a very, very long process for me. It was a painful process. And it's one that I think not everyone understands, but for people who are, pursuing, giving themselves to some sort of artistic thing, you might relate to that feeling, to that evolution of needing the affirmation, to starting to realize that the work you've done affects people. So the focus it shifts from yourself to others. I'm going to pause that for a moment.